So this is what I've got done so far with the gameplay modifications. I've done a bunch of work to the capture zones, which I still have to do more work on it, but you know, I'm getting there. Okay, so I've got it worked out now that we've got our two factions. If we go into here, we have the medics, but we have, if you click on it, you have the American, or the, when it updates, British. Same with all of these other ones. You'll notice the weapon choices. Whatever you decide to spawn in as originally, in your original role loadout, is the fatigues that you'll be playing for the rest of the game, unless you come back in here and change it, as far as I know. So you can have the same fatigues for the entire round, and then you can just basically be changing your loadout. Loadout's the same. It's duplicated in here. We could add different weapons per faction. I've just got a few little bases sorted out in here. So one thing I notice is you can spawn as anything, obviously. If you create a squad, okay, I'm a squad leader now. I'm going to spawn. I've got my squad leader stuff. Okay, if I go and change role, I can change role. It'll change the actual loadout, as we'll see. I'll change to a medic. Now, still got my squad leader kit on, but I've got a different role. So that's all good, and I can have a look through my armoury. I've got my medical kit in my inventory. So that's all good, and I still have, because I'm still a squad leader obviously, I still have that. I can change back, it all works. Now if I go and disband my squad, okay, choose deployment, I still have the squad leader uniform. And I don't have any squad leader spotting. So I'm not a squad leader, but I can still run around and look like a squad leader. So I still have my chosen uniform for the round. Basically, it gives you the option to say, okay, if I'm on a forest map, I'd like to go with the British, or the Russian insurgents, because they're a bit greener and they'll blend in a bit better. So you can do that, and then you can just change roles to whatever you really want to. So there's that. Again here, see, I've still got the SL uniform on. So now if I go in here, I don't know if it'll do this or not, but I'll change to a, oh no, it won't let me do that. Alright, that's easy. I can kill myself. Ha! So I go in here. I'll go as a British medic. So I got my British medic uniform on. It's all good. Now, if I go and, oh no, what am I doing? I've got to do that through here, don't I? If I go now and create a squad, okay, so I now have my squad pointings, and I am still in my chosen outfit for the round, which is mostly awesome, I think. Now, so I've got some cap zones here. I've got my main, I've got my first cap, which I already own. See, my main's locked. This cap, it's alpha, but I already own it. This cap is Charlie. I don't own that yet. The red guys own that. This one's a neutral one, so I'm going to take it now. Yeah, I changed the sound. Now I want to get it to the point where I know that's just the debug sphere, which we can't use in the game, but I'd like to get on the map a change of colour so that becomes blue, and then this one, when I own it, becomes blue as well. That way, from above on the map, you'll actually see your circles. So I'm gonna fool around with probably the fob marker, I reckon, to try and work out how I can make maybe a few different size zones. I've got preset sizes so that I get a decent resolution on the circles on the map. I'm presuming that's what I'm going to have to do anyway. So yeah, so that's it so far. I can't tell if a taking down sound works yet because I haven't worked out how to take one down on myself. So anyway, that's what I've got done so far. At the moment, I'm trying my hold up on the capture zone is trying to work out how to change ownership of the actual spawn point itself. It's proving to be a little bit tricky, so I might have to actually just have two spawn point set. I mean, that's just a group as well. I just need the spawn point. But if I had two spawn points, one for each team, that I could actually just switch between the two, which is active. So that's something I'm going to check out too. But yeah, apart from that, that's what I'm up to at this point. Yeah, so I forgot about this bit. Here we go. I was playing around with the blue team before. Yeah. So obviously we can do the same thing going this way. To win the base, that's no big problem. But the cool thing that I got finally done, which is okay, I guess it's a bit hacky, but hey, it works. So yeah. When I was on the other team, I was looking at this crate. Now I've got to look at this crate. Oh look, and so I'm pretty happy that I finally got that whole thing working, where we have a single blueprint armoury that contains the ammo crates for both teams. So I was pretty rapt about that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I should win for this side as well. Oh, I forgot to add too. The bases, each zone is a single ticket value. So the blue team, and in this case the blue team and the red team, both own a zone at the start. So they'll start with one ticket each. So you win this neutral zone. That's your winning ticket. So I can take all the tickets off the other team because they only have one. If they lose that base, then they lose, and vice versa. So there'll always be, the initial tickets will always be set to the number of bases each team has initially at the start as owned 100%. So yeah. Oh look, there we go. Finally got alpha. Should have stood in it for a bit longer, I suppose. But hey. And there we go. So hence the tickets there. Stupid errors. So the capture zone thing, I've got myself copies of capture zones now. I've made one for each of the main bases for each team because it's just easier to have them preset and not have to worry about setting any of the settings when I drop it in a map, or whoever drops it in a map. The in between ones, however, is a bit different. So I've decided I've got a couple of things which I think are going to work, but of course I can't test them yet because something else is broken. But anywho, how far I've got so far, I've got myself 3 functions that I've made, which are and these ones. So we've got so the first thing that happens is when in this, I had this hooked up so that out of the back of here and in here, so anyone entered or exited the zones, it would first sort the team So I just put a bit in there where I could grab the team, sort them out between their team IDs. Hopefully that works. I think it does, but I'm not quite sure yet. And then basically set up a couple of variables to hold their numbers. And then after that, I decide to set the spawn owner who owns the spawn point, and that's the one that's giving me trouble because I can't find stupid set team function or anything within this child version of the spawn point. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong yet, but we'll get over that. That's no problem. So once the owner of the spawn is set, then I can go and tell it to be active or not, depending on how much the capture percent is. So you've got to own the zone 100%. So if anyone comes in the zone and starts taking the zone, you lose your spawn active. It'll say go inactive. And once you've got back up to 100 or 100% or 1, it's the variable, it'll go back to active. So basically that's all I'm adding in there. Hopefully it works, because that'd be really cool. So that's pretty much all I've done on that. And oh my god, thanks to Warmaster for doing this. I have no idea how to do anything like this. Kudos. Totally. So yeah, I do some more work now. See ya.